Struggling with the cost of everything from gas to groceries as U.S. inflation hits an all-time high.
A difficult job market now for recent college graduates.
It is.
They face rising costs, rising debt, a changing workplace and the looming threat of AI. And that raises a new question. Is university really still worth it?
Getting a job no longer makes sense. It's Freedom Enjoyer here, FE for short. You already know what my stance is already, like, based on the username. If you're in high school, university, or your first job or whatever, I'm going to tell you right now, becoming employed sucks. And also, the game has changed. The strategy for a good life that worked like for the last 60 years is now like officially outdated. That shit doesn't work anymore. You got to be thinking of something else. We are living in a time of infinite leverage and infinite upside. Okay, leverage means getting more in than what you put out. Okay, it used to be you spend an hour cutting a tree and you get that much wood, and if you want more wood, you spend 2 hours cutting the tree. Leverage means the amount of wood you get is not correlated to how much time you put in, right? The oldest form of leverage is hiring somebody else to do it. Now you can get wood and you put in 0 time. Somebody else is doing it. So labor is one of the forms of leverage. But we're living now in a time of infinite leverage, right? There's even more leverage available than getting other people to do it for you. Now you can get 1 million little robots to do shit for you. That's called software. Software is infinite leverage. And like pricing and other things are also give you tons of leverage. I'll cover that in another video. Point is, we are now living for the first time in human history in a time of infinite leverage and infinite upside. That also infinite leverage means infinite upside, infinite money. Okay. But having like any kind of normal job, there's no leverage, right? You're not in that leverage. You're not getting that leverage, right? You kind of are the leverage for somebody else, basically, right? You are the labor for somebody else. Your upside is capped. We are living in a world of infinite upside, and you are still sitting there like biting into granite, doing your fucking job, getting your tasks done, not participating in this world of infinite upside and infinite leverage, okay? You could put in like double the effort next week and your check wouldn't double. I'll tell you that much. That's for damn sure, okay? And I think the most important part is this leverage is available to anyone, right? If you have a computer, this leverage is available to you, right? Skills are leverage, okay? Skills are compounding faster than careers are right now. In a job, you would spend years becoming sort of good at one specific function. Whereas starting a business on your own causes you to become very good at many things very quickly, which compounds into a much higher income, much faster than climbing like a traditional corporate ladder. But like, listen guys, listen. I'm not like these other YouTubers giving you guys this doom and gloom and no solution, okay? I am optimism maxing and hope pilled. Okay, there are going to be a lot of people who come out of this doing very, very well, even in this changing environment, okay? Those are going to be the people who have leverage, who have skills, not the type of skills that like universities and apprenticeships are churning out every year, but the type of skills that are actually directly tied to wealth creation, okay? So like for me, I literally chose the skills that were as close to wealth creation as possible, the closest skills to like money being exchanged, which is going to be marketing and sales. That's what I chose for me. Literally just by like watching YouTube videos online, I learned how to like run ads on Instagram for like random local businesses. They pay me like a few $1,000 to set it up, pay me a few $100 every month to keep it going. Takes me like 30 minutes one time and I make money. But the idea is I'm not exchanging my time for money. I'm getting paid on an outcome, and that outcome I have like mostly automated the work for and templatized the work for. Like I've got like templates for everything. I just need to like fill in their details and it's done. So I can deliver this outcome for these businesses very, very quickly, but still get paid as if I worked like 80 hours or something. But I get paid based on the outcome, not how long it takes, okay? And this gives you leverage. This is one of the forms of leverage that you can get. And this is what the real message of this video is, okay? It's not just that, oh, getting a job sucks and that the job market sucks right now and that you've got no leverage. But I want to offer you guys a real solution here to get leverage, okay? There are things out there that you can do right now, even if your life sucks and you're working one of those shitty ass jobs. There are things you can do right now to gain leverage, okay? Getting paid a lot of money for little work, it gives you breathing room, okay? And there needs to be enough breathing room for you to actually live the type of life that you want, okay? Jobs have no leverage. You have very little financial breathing room, right? There's very little time left over in a day, like in between sleeping, working, laundry, sitting in traffic. There isn't any room left after all those things to live a decent life. So, like if you're working 8 hours a day and then getting paid like, you know, whatever you get paid, $200 or something, $300 maybe, which would be $9 grand a month, which is $100 grand a year. You'd be lucky to even get that. So here is your solution. Here is your game plan to escape this, okay? As I said, we need to be able to deliver a big outcome in a very short amount of time, right? And if we want to get paid a few $1,000s, then the outcome we need to be giving for other people is like more than that for them to be able to pay. Like, you know, if we want to get paid $2 grand, we need to know how to give someone, you know, 10 grand worth of value, okay? That's the kind of ratio you're looking for, okay? Now, where are we going to be able to do this? To me, it seems obvious. You're going to need to do something for a business, because if you're making a B2B offer, you're a business offering a business services. A business literally only cares about one thing, which is ROI, financial ROI, right? You're going to do something for me that's going to make me more money. Then the sale actually becomes very easy, because it's like, I cost 2 grand. I know how to make you an extra 10 grand. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, let's get started. And a business owner is like, yeah, that makes sense. But if you're offering like something to a consumer, like a consumer offer, like for instance, if you're going to help them with like fitness, dating, like things like that, there isn't a financial ROI, which makes it a much harder sale, right? It's much harder to justify spending money if you're not going to be making money back. So hopefully we're agreed. In order to make thousands of dollars, the easiest way to do that is going to be able to learn how to make like more thousands of dollars for a business, to be able to do something useful for a business that makes them 10 grand a month and you can charge 2 grand for it, okay? Now, how do you make a business 10 grand, right? Obviously, I mean, to me, it seems obvious. You get them more customers. Like, that's going to be the way that you help them make more money, right? Maybe if you're watching this and you're like a tax advisor, I mean, I doubt it, but if you are, maybe you can save them like 10 grand on their taxes or whatever, but you're probably not. Probably the only thing you can do for a business to get them, to make them 10 so you can make 2 grand is going to be in marketing, right? I chose marketing, so that's what I literally did. So that's how you know I actually believe this. Like, I actually did this. This is what I did. I chose marketing. I figured out that, you know, most businesses, they know that they should be on social media. They feel guilty about not being on social media, but they have literally no idea what to do. Here's where I came in. I watched a few YouTube videos and just learned from people online how to run ads for Instagram for these businesses, right? If they're a local service-based business, how do you run it? Like, you can just watch YouTube videos on how to run ads for them. Like, and the business owner hasn't seen these videos. They don't know how to do it. They're never going to watch a YouTube video on it. They don't want to do it themselves. They want to pay somebody else to do it. All you have to do is watch a few tutorials online, learn from some people online, figure out how to do it yourself, and then offer that service to these local businesses. Say, yep, I can do that. Like, let's work together. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. It's literally, I don't want to make it sound easy. It's kind of like, it's straightforward. Like, it is easier said than done, but I'll tell you what, it is that straightforward. Like, it is that simple to do it. Obviously there is going to be like some skill involved in like, well, what do you say to the business owner to actually make them agree to this? You know, there's going to be some skill involved on your end on actually doing it for them, on, you know, delivering the service. But like, guys, I remember when I was starting, I thought like the delivery was going to be really hard. That's the easiest part. Like actually getting a random business more customers, it's actually super fucking easy. watch some YouTube videos, like watch some tutorials. There are plenty of tutorials online on how to run ads, how to set up like a lead form so that if customers are interested, they can fill in a form, and then you just tell the business owner, here are your leads, get back to these people. And then, you know, the business owner calls them up like, hey, you know, you saw our ads, did you want to book in? And they're like, yeah. And like, you just get them more bookings just by giving them these leads, by setting up ads for them that they don't know how to set up. All you have to do is learn online how to do it. It's super easy. And like, that's the business. And because you're making them 10 grand, you can charge 2 grand. Like, it's pretty sweet. And so now, like when I started this when I was 19, I'm 19 years old. I'm getting paid like 2 grand, sometimes more, sometimes 3 or 4 grand if it was like a big business or they were, you know, paying for multiple months in advance or something. Now I'm 19. I'm getting paid 4 grand and recurring revenue after that to do something that literally takes me 30 minutes to do. Okay. That's leverage. Now I'm getting paid regardless of the time spent. They don't care that it takes me 30 minutes or 30 hours. They care that it works and that they get customers from it, and they don't really care how I do it or how long it takes. They care about the outcome. And if you watch enough tutorials and you learn enough about this, you can deliver a really good outcome, so you can charge a really high price. And then when they get really good results, they will then keep paying you long term to keep it going. That's leverage. And now you're escaping the rat race. Now you've got enough. Now you're making enough money to have enough breathing room in your life to actually live a decent life. By the way, if you want to learn about like how I actually did this, like the full breakdown, I do have a school community. Join it if you want. Just break down everything, what I'm doing. You have access to me, Discord. I'm active there. But I just basically wanted to cover specifically like the problem that I see, which is that jobs have no leverage. You're getting paid jack shit. It's taking up all of your time. You have no financial breathing room or even time to actually live a decent life. You're kind of just like, your life kind of sucks. You're like, just being honest, if you're in that situation, your life kind of sucks. But you can learn skills, acquire leverage, learn how to do something useful, probably for a business that generates them 10 grand. You charge 2 grand. You know, you sign 5 clients, you're making 10 grand a month. It takes you 30 minutes to do the work each. Like, now you're getting paid really good money for something that doesn't take a lot of time. And so that gives you the financial freedom to live the type of life you actually want. Like, whatever that means for you, you can do it. And you've got a ton of free time because you don't have a boss, you don't have coworkers, you don't have employees. I mean, I don't have any employees, and this is what I'm doing. I can do all of this with, you know, just through learning online from people. And you've got the time to actually do whatever it is that you want to do in life. You've now got that leverage, you've got that breathing room, and like, you know, this video started talking about inflation and stuff. You're making enough money that it can stack up against inflation, right? You know, if you can sign, I mean, let's say you're charging, like right now, for me, I'm charging 4 grand to sign up a client, right? If I signed 10 clients a month, that's 40 grand, okay? How difficult is it to sign 10 clients, right? Making 40 grand a month sounds really hard. How hard is it? 4 grand a client, I need 10 clients. How hard is it to get a client? It's a 1-hour call with a business owner. You know, talking to them, what do you need? What would help you the most? You know, they say, you know, I need more reach. I need to be on social media. I don't really know what I'm doing. And then I say, okay, I can help you. I walk them through how I can help them, show them other businesses that I've set this up for, show them the results that other people are getting. And I say, would you like for me to do this for you as well? And they're like, you know, they either say yes or no. But those calls on average take like 30 minutes to an hour. You know, some of them close, maybe 20-30% of them like just pay right then and there on the call. Some of them pay, you know, a week after that or whatever, after they kind of think about it or go over it with their team or whatever. But signing 10 clients is not impossible, right? I mean, it's a 30-minute call with them. It's a 1-hour call with them, maybe, you know, with 10 people, right? In a month, how hard is it to take a 1-hour call with 10 people or with 5, you know, a 40-minute call with, you know, 10 people on average? Let's say on average 40 minutes. This is not a huge amount of time for a month, by the way. Like, most people are working 40 hours a week and getting paid jack shit, right? We're talking about like 10 to 20 hours of work to get paid significantly more. So there are other paths available to you guys if you want them. They are there. There are opportunities of leverage, but it's going to involve learning skills on your own, being a little bit self-directed. Look into it because it can change your life.